Hey everyone, it's Vinegar Syndrome time. I know. I haven't made a video in 6 months, I guess. Part of that is because I just didn't have anything I wanted to make a video about. But also, my camera had crapped out when I filmed my last video, and so I needed to get another camera, and that just wasn't a priority. But I finally got another camera. Hopefully, this comes out alright, and I'm going to do an unboxing of the Halfway to Black Friday sale for 2025. Because I picked up enough stuff to make an unboxing worth it. It wasn't just like one or two titles or whatnot, so got a decent amount here. Maybe six? Maybe six? I don't remember, but but whatever. We're just gonna do one of these. I did do the flash pre-order on a couple titles, so that may have influenced when I influenced. That's not the word I was looking for. When I would get things. So, though I'm probably not going to upload this for like another day anyway, but got one bubble wrap inside the box, two bubble wrap inside the box. Okay, so let's go through the bubble wraps and see what we got here. Okay, first and foremost, the one I'm most excited for. So I probably have the most to say about it. If I can get it out here. It is Dirty Work, directed by Bob Saget and starring Norm Macdonald. So Dirty Work was one of my friends and I's in high school's absolute favorite comedies. Like we quoted this movie so often, like all of the time. Like this and Orgasmo were like the two movies in like the late 90s, early 2000s that we were quoting constantly in high school. So I was a huge fan of this, and I was a huge fan of Norm Macdonald in general, with Weekend Update and everything. But for years, it was eventually known that there was originally an R-rated cut of the movie, but that MGM decided to go PG-13 theatrical, ended up bombing theatrically. I didn't even see it in theaters. I didn't see it until it came on video later, and then so I rented it, loved it, owned it on VHS, owned it on DVD, never upgraded beyond that. So this is a 4K and everything. But you know, the supposed R-rated cut was like one of my holy grails. Like obviously there's the main holy grails of alternate cuts we'll probably never see, like, you know, Orson Welles' preferred Magnificent Ambersons, things like that. But for me, like the R-rated cut of Dirty Work was like one of those things where it's like probably never going to see it, but I really was hoping for. And then somehow, I guess the audio tracks existed for it because most of the R-rated material was dialogue based, not necessarily different scenes or anything. But Vinegar Syndrome was able to find that stuff in like MGM's archives or whatever, and they actually came up with the R-rated cut or the dirtier cut because I don't think they went to re-rate it. So the fact that there was an alternate cut of this movie, a movie that I know very well and loved as a kid, or at least as a teen, that made it like immediate like must own. So anyway, they gave it a hard case. The cover art, yeah, it fits into a joke in the movie, but it's not the best. I wasn't a fan of really the artwork here, but I'm just getting it for the movie anyway. But this is the front of the hard case. This is the back of the hard case, and then there's a booklet in there, nice thick booklet. Cool. And this is the slip cover. It smells like fish in here. Some kind of copy with a wire, and then the back going on there, and then the regular disc with the normal poster art here. As far as extras, there's a ton. So there's the 82-minute PG-13 theatrical cut and the 83-minute dirtier cut, so what would be the R-rated cut. Even though there's only a 1 minute difference, there's apparently like 7 to 8 minutes that are actually like different from both cuts because it's mostly audio, so it's not like a difference in runtime because the scenes are the same. But yeah, so we got that. There is a commentary track with co-writer Frank Sebastiano and Mike Hunchback, and also in a separate one on the Dirtier Cut from Frank and Fred Wolf. Yeah. Should be said, I also didn't think the Dirtier Cut would ever see the light of day because both Bob Saget and Norm Macdonald have passed on recent-ish. But yeah, that's why they're. Then on the Blu-ray, you got a 63-minute making-of documentary, a 19-minute interview with Jim Downey and co-writer Frank. Let's see, an interview with Frank and Fred Wolf, an interview with the assistant director, an interview with the first assistant editor, an interview with the co-writer Fred Wolf, an interview with the other Frank, interview with Norm's stunt double, an interview with David Koechner, interview with Uni Park, interview with Kevin Farley, interview with Jim Downey, and there's also a 2-hour assembly cut sourced from video. I saw on the Vinegar Syndrome YouTube that apparently the one that's sourced from video was just from like a test screening and like someone shooting the test screening from a camcorder or something. So it's probably not the best version you could see of it, but I'm probably still watch it for completion's sake anyway. Alternate extended ending and the original trailer. So I am super, super excited to watch the Dirtier Cut because that was one of my holy grails, and it feels like a thing that I loved and wanted to see when I was like a sophomore or junior in high school finally comes full circle now that I'm in my early 40s and 2 of the main creators are dead. So, okay. Next up, we got Billy Friedkin's Jade, the erotic thriller that, along with Kiss of Death, killed David Caruso's movie career and made him go back to TV with CSI. Also has Linda Fiorentino and Chaz Palminteri. I recently revisited this movie. It was covered in Karina Longworth's You Must Remember This podcast. She did a season on erotic movies in the 80s and 90s, so it was part of the erotic 90s. I did see this movie, I think, on HBO when I was like a teenager, and I probably watched it again sometime in my 20s or 30s, and I remember thinking, it's okay. I do love that car chase. I had always loved that car chase that's in it, but, you know, Friedkin's known for his car chases, French Connection, To Live and Die in L.A. But I gave it another look after the podcast, and that was the theatrical cut because that was the one on streaming, and it was like, oh, this is actually better than I remember. It's not great. It was still written by Joe Esterhaas, who was, you know, a hack, so there's still some unintentionally funny parts of it, but I think it's enjoyable for a trashy, sleazy studio erotic thriller from the 90s, and from the late 90s at that, I believe, because it was on the way out. So got another booklet about the same size as the one on Dirty Work. Oh, and then so front cover, it's the Jade symbol. It's got Fiorentino's face in there. I would have preferred something green because green's my favorite color and it's better, but so not a huge fan of that. And then they got some broken David Caruso there. And then for the actual slipcover, we got it's basically one of the surveillance photos or the hidden photos of Linda Fiorentino as Jade. Spoiler, maybe? Engaging in coitus. And then some other things here. Not great, not terrible. And then the theatrical poster is the cover here. In terms of extras, we got the 95-minute theatrical cut, restored from the original camera negative, and also the 107-minute director's cut, also sourced from its camera negative. And then on the Blu-ray, we got an interview with Joe Esterhaas, only 7 minutes, a featurette with the editor and the assistant editor, which is 22 minutes. That might be interesting since there is multiple cuts. and then an interview with Friedkin from Charlie Rose. So obviously that's archival because Friedkin is dead and Charlie Rose was canceled for bad stuff. So yeah, not too big on the extra standpoint, but you know, since I revisited it recently and was like, hey, I actually like this more than I remember, it'll be good to see it. Plus, what I revisited was theatrical, so it'd be nice to revisit the director's cut. Unrated and all that stuff. And then, halfway to Black Friday, since it was on sale for 50% off, I got Roman Polanski's The Tenet, only because this case is freaking awesome with I like when they do creative packaging like that. They don't do that often. So anyway, yeah, it has the little windows open, and then that opens up to, this wasn't a VSA, was it? It has the VSA ribbon in there. Anyway, that's the inside of the window thing, and that's the back there. Nothing crazy there. This one also comes with a booklet. Gonna do so much reading when I watch these. And then we got the cover here. So this is a blind buy. I've never actually seen this. I have watched a couple, well, not a couple. I watched Roman Polanski's What earlier this year with my partner, and that was very poorly aged and bad, but interesting bad. So I'm curious to see how The Tenet strikes up. I believe Roger Ebert back in the day gave it a terrible review, but I know it has its fans. And then there's the cover there. Let's see. For specs, it's got the 125-minute feature presentation of the movie. Let's see. Newly restored from the 35mm camera negative. And then on the Blu-ray, we got an interview with Roman Polanski that's 22 minutes long. I assume that's archival. I don't think Vinegar Syndrome went out to France or wherever he's living these days, fleeing from the law. And so, let's see, his interview with actor Andre Penverne, I think, 16 minutes. And then a 22-minute essay interview with Stephen Thrower, film historian. He's in a lot of discs. If you're a physical media collector, I'm sure you've seen him before. Let's see. There's a 15-minute interview with the assistant cameraman, Francois Caton. Let's see. An interview with the script supervisor. That's 5 minutes. That's interesting. Don't see a lot of interviews with script supervisors, the people who keep continuity on set. Let's see. An audio interview with co-writer Roland Topor. And another audio with interview with co-writer Gerard Brock. And then a 11-minute featurette that's a visit to the locations of The Tenet. So, yeah, since never seen it before, and, I guess I'm filling in some of Polanski's filmography as I get through. I did, well, it wasn't as recently, but I did watch The Ghost Rider, and that was pretty good. So, terrible human being, but talented director. Okay. And then, we got some more purchases. Don't know why I said it like that. I believe this slipcover ended up selling out early during the sale, but I decided to grab it just because reviews on Letterboxd and stuff said it would probably be fun. So it's The Howling 2, Your Sister is a Werewolf. Fun fact about me, despite the fact that people claim that I've seen everything, I've never actually watched the original Howling from beginning to end. I should do that at some point. I'm pretty sure this doesn't connect to it anyway very much. But The Howling 2 seemed like... everything I've heard about it has said that it's like a really bonkers, wild, fun movie, and that you don't have to have seen the first one to enjoy it. And the slipcover was about to sell out when I bought it. I believe it's sold out now, so I got it. So this is the front of the cover here, and that is the back. Pretty good artwork here, I'd say. Yeah, I'm a fan of this more traditional, like, Drew Struzan-esque type artwork when they put them on here. Let's see, for extras, everything is a 4K so far, right? I believe everything's a 4K so far. Anyway, 91-minute feature presentation of the movie, scanned from its 35mm negative. Let's see, got a commentary track from the director Philippe Mora and the author/screenwriter Kelly Goodner. There's also an archival commentary track with Mora, so a different one, and then one with the composer and editor. Then on the Blu-ray, let's see, we got a interview with the director and with also filmmaker Michael Mohan. Doesn't say how long these extras are, by the way. Let's see, an interview with the actress Amy McEnroe. Having trouble pronouncing last names today. Let's see, an interview with the special makeup effects artist Steve Johnson. That name's easy enough. An interview with Pamela Krause, Philip Mora's wife and artist consultant. An interview with the composer. Let's see. Film segment where a film historian is discussing Christopher Lee and his involvement with the movie. Archival interview with Sybil Danning. Archival interview with Reb Brown. Archival featurette with special makeup effects Steve Johnson and Scott Wheeler. And a trailer and a gallery. So, okay. This is also unrated, so I guess, was it just always unrated? I don't think this is a special unrated cut. I think it just was always unrated, but yeah. I've heard good things, and it was half off, so why not? And then next, we have Gina, which was given an alternate slipcover, because the original slipcover sold out a while back, because this is a partner label, not Vinegar Syndrome proper. This is from Canadian International Pictures, CIP, is that what it's called? Anyway, front and back of the new slipcover, which has a nice little art style, a little illustrative style. And here is the cover art on the disc itself. I wanted to get this because I had recently bought the Canadian Pictures partner label release of Cannibal Girls, the Ivan Reitman film, that he made up in Canada back when he was first starting out. And it had mentioned this movie. It's not directed by Ivan Reitman, but it seems like he may have produced it in some capacity or was involved in some capacity. And the little I saw of it seemed interesting, read some reviews, continued to pique my interest, so I thought, why not? Blind buy, 50% off. This is from 1975. It is 95 minutes. This is only a Blu-ray, not a 4K. For extras, let's see. It's scanned in 2K from a 35mm print, so just a theatrical print. Let's see, audio commentary with Kier La Janice and writer, film programmer Justine Smith. They're also people you see on a lot of physical media releases. Let's see, there's an 11-minute video essay by Alexandra Heller-Nicholas. I believe this is a rape revenge movie, and Heller-Nicholas wrote a scholarly book about rape revenge films. And I follow her on Letterboxd, and she's made a list or logged various films that are involved in that text. And she's written a couple. She wrote one about witchcraft. She's a pretty well-known film scholar. Let's see. There's a new interview with the director, Denise Arcand, new audio interviews with cast members Gabriel Arcand, Paul Bergejon, Dorothy Berryman, and Marcel Saborin. Let's see. There's trailers for some of the director's other movies, including Dirty Money and Rajon Padovani, as well as this movie, Gina. There's a booklet with a new essay from Jim Leach, reversible cover art, alternate English language audio track, because what is this in Francois? Quebecois? Doesn't say. But yeah, it's probably in French. I don't know. It is Quebecois. So, and then last but not least is the first thing I've ever bought from Melusine, which is Vinegar Syndrome used to sell their regular movies as well as their vintage retro porn movies on the same site. But, you know, prudes being as they are, it was affecting their business to have porn and non-porn commingled. When they launched the app, that was a problem because I believe the Apple and Google Play stores don't allow porn in any capacity, even if you're just buying 70s porn on DVD or whatever. So they spun off Melusine, but you can combine orders if you're ordering them at the same time and stuff like that. And they released a vintage porn that I wanted on Blu-ray because I'm a pervert and I really love this title of Hot and Saucy Pizza Girls. Now, if you've been following Vinegar Syndrome for a while, you know that they've sold merch for this movie before. I believe they've put it on Blu-ray once as part of like a 5 or 10 film collection box set at some point. I believe that came out before I got into Vinegar Syndrome, and I've been into Vinegar Syndrome a few years now. 2018, 2019 is when I first started buying from them. But they only had a solo DVD release of it. So when I saw that they were putting it out on Blu-ray, albeit it's still a multiple pack, I was like, I kind of want it, because, I don't know, there's something about the title Hot and Saucy Pizza Girls that I find delightful. And sometimes these funny little, like, comedic 70s porns are just fun. So, but it comes with 2 other pornos that I believe are from the same director. Hot Legs, which I don't know too much about. It might be about models or something, or modeling. And then California Gigolo with John Holmes, which pretty sure the title lets you know what it's about, and that John Holmes is the titular gigolo. It's the titular role. So anyway, this is the front cover. Nothing not YouTube appropriate on there, I think, in the back of the slipcover, and then the rest of it is the same. So as far as like the line, this is from the Peakorama line, because they have the Melocene line, Peakorama. They've got a couple other whatever. Anyway, the movies are from one is from 78, 2 are from 79. They are 71 minutes, 79 minutes, and 71 minutes respectively. And let's see, yeah, they're from all the same director, Bob Chin, all late 70s, all restored in 2K from the 35mm camera negatives. Not too much in the way of extras, just the original theatrical trailers, and it's newly scanned and restored. It says newly scanned, so I wonder if it's a different scan from the previous Hot and Saucy Pizza Girls releases that Vinegar Syndrome has done. But yeah, trailer, subtitles, that's it. So I think the DVD had more extras for Hot and Saucy, so whatever. But yeah. So that's those 3 movies for the price of 1. Mostly just bought it for Hot and Saucy, but you get 2 extra movies, why not? So there you have it. We have 6 releases, but 8 movies in total. Multiple cuts on a couple of these. Dirty Work is the one that I am absolutely 100% most excited about. But I'm quite looking forward to all of these. And I'm trying to think, would my partner like any of these? I mean, she does really love retro. She loves 60s and 70s stuff. Don't think that goes to porn, though. Well, Gina is 70s. Maybe she'll like that. I don't know. Still trying to figure out her taste. She has interesting taste. But anyway, that's it. Hopefully this video came out well. It's the first thing I'm recording on this new camera I got. You know, like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Not sure when the next video I work on or upload is going to be, but now they have the camera, I have a little bit more freedom to do that again. But yeah, thanks everybody. Hope you have a good one.